Hello, everyone. My name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining me live. A very special live stream today where I just reached 50,000 subscribers, and that's amazing. A couple of you guys already joining in here. Normally what I do, I know I say this at every live stream that I do, but normally what I do is once I reach another 1,000 subscriber threshold, now my channel is growing fast enough where I would be doing live streams almost every day. But whenever I was growing a little bit more slowly, I would do a live stream every time I reached another 1,000 subscriber threshold to say hey to everybody that's new and to the people that have been here for a little bit. So I wanted to do that. I figured we could chat. I know that there's some stuff been going on my channel and with the Dragonball Z stuff. I know some of you guys just want to talk about movies and the Avengers. We filmed Avengers yesterday, the video for it. I still have to edit it. At the latest, I'll have it out on Saturday. Earliest will be later this week. A lot of you guys in the chat. Oh my gosh. I'm flattered. Thank you all so much. I got to not look at how many people are in the chat because then I get stage fright. So I just want to talk to you guys talk to all you guys just like you're my friends, which you are. I appreciate it. Hi, Holden. How's your day been so far? It's been good. I appreciate it. They got me working from home now. So I got a little setup in my living room so I can watch TV and work on the computers in there. So thank you so much. A lot of you guys, I'm going to try and read some of these. What movies do you have after Marvel? So since we just finished watching Avengers today or yesterday, once I finish that video, I'll probably do a couple of other videos maybe before we do phase 2, but I'll definitely do phase 2. I'm thinking maybe the original Superman movies, maybe the Kill Bill 1 and 2, just 2 movies that we can maybe do in one video, something like that. What's up, dude? Love the series about videos. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen Matt wipe out, you need to. They talked about it a little bit. My friend Matt, who's in a bunch of the videos with me, he apparently took a fall on one of his live streams on his channel. That was pretty bad. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was pretty rough. Ugh. Bryce Nichols, congrats. I hit 133 subscribers. Well done, man. That's awesome. Man, I remember being at 100. I remember crossing 1,000. If you go back and look at some of my older live streams and the one where I had 3,000 subscribers, where I crossed 3,000, I was literally I think this is it. I don't see myself getting much bigger than that. And now that I'm at 50,000, it's just absolutely crazy. But T, I love seeing your name in here, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's really sweet of you. Love you. I love you too. I hope you stay safe and healthy. You too, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much again for the super chat. That's awesome. Pirates of the Caribbean and Back to the Future. We will never watch Back to the Future for the series because Matt has already seen it. I'm just as disappointed as you are. I really wanted to watch it. That was one that we talked about watching, and then he was like, I've actually seen all those movies and I know them pretty well. I'm like, dang it. I would have loved to have done those. Hi, you're a legend. And who is your favorite Star Wars character? Thank you, Nathan. What a great question. My favorite Star Wars character is probably Obi-Wan Kenobi. Probably for me, I would say. Did your friend like Avengers? You're just going to have to watch the video and find out. Toy Story. That was a series I was thinking about doing because I don't think that Matt has seen. Yeah, at least I know he hasn't seen them all. Watch the Deadpool movies. I think he saw Deadpool 1 already. So I don't know if we'll do those. I know you guys don't do TV, but I'd be so curious about what Matt thinks about Netflix's Daredevil. We actually did we did The Mandalorian. We did the first season of it. Daredevil. I don't know if you guys can actually see. I got a little Daredevil picture right there. It's a custom piece of artwork. I loved Netflix Daredevil. It was one of the best, one of the best series that I've seen in a long time. I absolutely loved it. I would love to watch that with Matt. A lot of this too, it's really about time more than anything, more than our desire to watch these movies and do stuff like that. Because we both work full time. Yeah, we're working from home, but we still have to work. And so that's 8 hours out of the day. And then we're trying to crank out, 1, maybe 2 movies a day, every other day or so. And then it takes me hours to edit them. So the fact that I was able to release 2 last week, and I thought I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so burnt out. I was staying up to 2 a.m. trying to get it edited in time, So what do you think about the delayed time of the MCU movies? I mean, it's rough with the quarantine, but I mean, what you going to do? Hope you all are staying safe and practicing your social distancing. I had to go to Publix today. I actually went with Matt, so I guess I'm not doing a good job. We went in there. We had like masks and stuff, and I'm like really paranoid about having like my Germex. So we had Germex going in, going out, get home, wash hands. So I mean, I'm doing my part. The Godfather trilogy would be awesome. Pirates of the Caribbean. I see that one a lot. I see a lot of people wanting us to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you think the MCU movies will be the same after Endgame? The thing about Endgame is that it was such a special moment in like cinematic history, like 10 years of story leading up to this one 3-hour long film was huge. I don't know if they'll ever be able to like build up that type of hype again, at least not soon, but I'm excited to see like what else is coming down the line for sure. Stormjar, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. When does the next Matt video come out? The latest will be Saturday. I'm going to try and get it done before then. It's going to be watching Avengers. I'm going to try and have it done before then, but at the latest will be Saturday morning. Saturday morning for me, anyway. Has he seen Shrek? I doubt it. I would love to do Shrek. That would be awesome. What about all Harry Potter movies? We did a video on that already. We watched all the Harry Potter movies. Do you have any other hobbies besides YouTube and film shows? Good question. YouTube takes up a big part of my life, honestly. It really does. It's become like a part-time job now, which is great. I love doing it. I was doing it before I was even getting paid to do it. What was that Matthew McConaughey? He's like, I drove a Lincoln before I got paid to, that's with me with YouTube. Like I was making videos. Oh no. Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh. I guess I'll just do this the whole time now. That's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Welcome to my life. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. The arm of my little thing fell off because it's not stable because my oh my gosh. Look at this. I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that. It's like all bent and everything. Well, I guess I better get comfortable. It's going to be a long live stream. I'll tell you that. Guys, give this video a like for my struggle, please. Just go ahead and do that for me. Do me a solid, everyone. Jeez, like, look at this. Look, what is my life? This is why I can't do this full time because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Back to questions. I don't know if I should just pop this thing off or what. Oh, my God. Oh, God. F in the chat for Holden. F in the chat, everyone. Oh, well, that was embarrassing. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. So many Fs. No, like the video instead. Make it worth something for me. There's so many Fs. No, I'm so embarrassed. All right, let me try and see some actual comments. You and Matt are a ton of fun to watch. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sure this is fun for everybody. Can y'all even hear me? Is it even good? I don't know. What about the DCEU? That's a good question. I would be down to watch that. Maybe like, I don't know if I'd want to do it right now because I really want to get through the MCU, but I would be down to watch it like later, like the Man of Steel and Justice League, Wonder Woman, stuff like that. What did you guys think of Aquaman? Because I've seen people have been divided about it. I saw it at IMAX and I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Like it wasn't like Marvel caliber, I would say, but I thought it was a pretty fun movie. I don't know the general consensus, so I don't know. What's your favorite A24 movie? That's a good question, too. Probably Swiss Army Man. That's A24, right? I think so. Everybody that's just now jumping in the chat, you just missed me screwing up. My little arm thing fell off, so now I got to hold it the rest of the chat. Gosh. X-Men, that's another one I wouldn't mind watching. Thank you guys so much for putting up with me. That is greatly appreciated. 50,000 subscribers. I still don't know how to hold this freaking thing. High Flying Addict. 50 for your 50,000. Congratulations. Hope to meet you one day for trivia. Stay safe. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, she's one of my patrons. So thank you. You've been like, honestly, you've been here since, when did you jump in? I feel like it was like I feel like under 10,000 subscribers. Sorry, I'm saying like so much. I'm obviously still disheveled from all of what just happened. Um, but you've been supporting me for a long time, well before I was as successful as I am now. So thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated, not only in your kind words, but also in you financially helping out my channel. It really means a lot to me. And $50 is a lot of money. So thank you so much. It will go to good use. Hope to meet you at trivia one day. I hope to meet you too. Have we not ever met before? I feel like I might have met you at Pensacon at some time. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully once all the quarantine stuff is done. Thank you so much again. That's amazing. I really appreciate that. It was 2,000 subscribers. Wow. Yeah, that was a while ago too. We've never met. Oh, okay. Well, one day we'll meet. Maybe I'll do like a little local meet and greet. Is that too egotistical? Be like, hey guys, come meet me. I have 50,000 subscribers. I'm important. No, I'm just kidding. So I like some of there's just like random questions thrown in here too. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? Pokemon for me. Pokemon. I like Yu-Gi-Oh too. I actually learned how to play after I was like 20. So that was fun. Do you like the Mark Webb Spider-Man movies? That's a good question too, because I'm such a Raimi fanboy. I liked Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than I liked Amazing Spider-Man 1. I think the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is one of the best looking screen suits ever. I have some issues with it. I really didn't like the first Amazing Spider-Man, to be honest. That's just my thoughts on it. I love Andrew Garfield. I think he's an amazing actor. He's in some really good stuff. Hacksaw Ridge and a Martin Scorsese movie called Silence. Like, he's an amazing actor. So I feel really bad that he didn't get kind of the recognition I feel like he probably deserved. Lee Cameron, thank you so much. £5. That's amazing. I don't know conversion rate. I think it's pretty close to like $5, right? I understand why your friend didn't like the first Avenger, Captain America. It didn't become a fan favorite until Winter Soldier for a lot of people. We were talking, I cut out some of this in the actual video, but we were talking about like Captain America's perception like overseas, because I'm obviously American and he's like Captain America. So what do non-US citizens think about him? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you just kind of roll your eyes? Because I know Americans typically have like a egotistical sense about them, right? Am I going crazy, or is that maybe that's not true? But from my understanding, like overseas people kind of think Americans are kind of arrogant, maybe. So what do y'all think about Captain America? Just curious. I really don't know. I'm going to offend everybody in this chat by the time this is over with. That's my goal. And if you do have an opinion, let me know where you're from too. I would love to know that. Have you seen Jojo Rabbit? I have not seen Jojo Rabbit yet. I know I need to. Holden, what editing program do you use? I use Final Cut Pro 10. That's what I use. I'm English and I don't really care about the whole America thing. I enjoy the character as a whole. Okay, awesome. Captain America is my favorite character in the MCU ever since Civil War. I'm Scottish. Yes, Scottish. That's awesome. It's so cool to think he's a good superhero. I'm from Canada. Canada, you guys are kind of just like our cousins, you know, I feel like. You're just like right there. I've always wanted to go to Canada. I've never been. I'm too far. Like, I'm in Florida, so I'm like at the opposite end of the US. Captain America is the best Avenger. You ever watch Stand By Me? Classic. Love Stand By Me. Absolutely. Lag. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about it. I have no control. What are your thoughts on Metal Gear Solid, and which is your favorite? Tommy Wiseau, you know what? That just reminded me. I'm going to ignore your question first. Metal Gear Solid. I've never actually played them through. I know. I haven't. I'm from Australia. Very cool. Take Matt through classic video games. I don't really do video game videos anymore just because they don't typically do well on my channel. Like, anytime I've streamed like a game or anything, it's just never really done that well. So I've kind of stopped doing it since then. Hashtag Harmy. So Matt just made me a t-shirt called Harmy Strong. I don't know if that's insensitive to the U.S. Army or not. I don't know. I told you I'm going to piss everybody off in this one. But it's on my Teespring if you guys want to check it out. He did the design for me. It's really, really cool. I'll send you a little link. Matt will be proud that I'm doing this because I never like plug my own stuff. I'm pretty sure this is the link. I'm trying to go from memory. Harmy. Try that. I don't know if that'll work or not. Josh Cube. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, dude. That's totally my bad. $10. Man, thank you so much. I'm a big fan of your page. I run a Facebook page and I have a series called SW Wrestling on the WWE 2K games. Maybe one day I'll have your friend wrestle against Star Wars characters in the show. Absolutely, man. Go check out Matt's channel. Hit him up. If you guys ever want to actually talk to Matt, hit him up on Instagram. I think that's the best way to do it. If you don't know, I think it's Matt at Matt Lane Fitness. I think it's his tag. I'll just write it down in here too. Here you go, Matt. I'm plugging your channel. You're probably in the chat somewhere. There. That's his Instagram. I believe that's his Instagram. So send him a message, dude. And thank you so much for that super chat. That's amazing. It's always really humbling for me when people do that. So thank you so much. Keeping me grounded. Can you please watch Rick and Morty or Doctor Who? I would probably do Doctor Who over Rick and Morty. If we were to do that. Doctor Who is really good. Rick and Morty is just like silly. Like there's no like, I don't know. It's not like as iconic as something like Doctor Who is. Appreciate the plug. There's Matt. Found Matt in the chat. Holden seems so genuinely kind that I think someone could walk up to him, kick him in the shin, and he'd offer to buy them lunch. You're probably right. I'd be like, well, if you kick me in the shin, I must have done something to you. So maybe we can talk about that. That's hilarious that you say that, though. Hey, Holden, have you seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World? I have. I absolutely have. It's a good movie. Chris Evans is actually in it. Chris Evans and Brie Larson are in that movie. These are going pretty fast. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up. I hope this pandemic clears sooner rather than later. I want to get back to working on Spider-Man VFX. Yes. Dude, thank you so much for helping me with that kind of stuff. I did have to talk to the cast about it, and we did have to put a pause on the Spider-Man short film. We filmed 40% of it, I want to say. And I've been kind of dragging my feet with like the VFX post work because I like the video, or I like everything kind of to be filmed already before I start really committing to post work. Like I go in like phases. I'm like in writing mode. So I don't want to talk about shooting stuff. I just want to write the script and then I want to shoot it. And then I want that to be my main focus. And then when that's done, I'm all about VFX and trying to get that done and trying to get the actual finished product. Bradley boy, you've been here for a long time, dude. I really appreciate you, man. Hey, Holden, what does the Scouter say about a subscriber level? It's over 50,000. That's awesome. I actually talked to Sean today, as a matter of fact. We were texting a little bit, which is so weird to say, dude. It's crazy, but it's awesome. Let's see. What did Sean say to me? Yeah, he was actually just checking on me. He was just asking me how I was doing. Because we talked about how, he goes, hey, Holden, how you holding up? Cool. That's awesome. But yeah, he was just checking in on me and seeing how I was doing and everything. That's really nice of him. Can you watch the Marvel TV shows that are canon on Disney Plus after the movie series? We'll probably watch Mandalorian season 2, I think, when that comes out. And probably the Obi-Wan series whenever that comes out too. Watch out for Holden and Dragon Ball Super 2. I highly doubt that. I would never like jeopardize that relationship by being like, so we've known each other for a little bit. You think about casting me? I would never do that. I don't know how to say your name. I was sitting here trying to read it. Samuelus Van Des. I butchered that, dude. My bad. Holden, are you going to do more films that Matt likes? I think that we will. I know a lot of people were asking Matt to show me movies that he's seen that I have not seen. And we did one on his channel for a movie called Goon. It was like, it's a hockey movie. I think that we absolutely will do more like that. And thank you so much for the £5. That's awesome. I love seeing people that are not from America, to be honest with you. It's very, very cool for me to see that. We're all just in this together, you know. That's one of the cool things about the internet. I'm about to go on a tirade here. It's one of the cool things about like the internet and like YouTube today, like in today's age, is that there's no more of like a disconnect between like countries. Like I have so many people that watch me from the UK, from Australia, from Canada. And it's just like the coolest thing ever. And we're all just nerds too. Like we're all just weird people that like watching movies and talking about stuff. That's the coolest thing ever. Gravity Falls. Have you watched Peaky Blinders? I have not, but Matt has. So we probably will never do that one. Prime. Congrats, man. Halfway to a real play button someday. One day, man. One day I'll switch it out for the real thing. $20, dude. Thank you so much, Prime. That's so cool. I know that you told me your real name, but I just like calling you Prime more. I think it's a little bit more badass. Am I supposed to swear right here? Dude, thank you so much for the $20, dude. That's amazing. Spider-Verse with Matt. Oh, by the way, Prime, we need to actually hit up and actually play some Battlefront 2. I've been slacking on my gaming. I've been working on so many videos lately. There's like TV shows I'm getting behind on, but we really do need to hit up and play some Battlefront 2 together. Spider-Verse. I would absolutely watch Spider-Verse for sure. Spider-Verse is one of the best Spider-Man movies since the Raimi films, if you ask me for my humble opinion. My chair like goes down over time, so sorry about that. I hate that I have to hold this thing. My arm broke earlier on in the stream. It was really embarrassing, and now I have to like hold it like this. Hopefully the audio isn't like terrible of me doing that. Gran Torino, man. What a great movie. Holden, have you played The Last of Us? I have. Very good game. Oh, so going so fast. Okay. What's your favorite scene in the Raimi Spider-Man films? What's your favorite scene in the Raimi Spider-Man film? Oh, you just asked twice. Okay. My favorite scene in the Raimi Spider-Man movies was probably the scene in Spider-Man 2 where Peter is talking to Uncle Ben, like in that kind of out-of-body ethereal experience. And he's like, I want a life of my own. He's like, am I not supposed to have what I want, what I need? That scene, those are two different scenes. But the scene with Uncle Ben, where he's like, no, Uncle Ben, I want a life of my own. I'm in love with Mary Jane. I don't want to do this anymore. And he's like, give me your hand, son. And he's like, no, Uncle Ben, I'm just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man. No more. So good, man. I love that scene. And the Spider-Man short film that I'm doing, I have included a scene very similar to that, where Peter is talking to Uncle Ben and in this out-of-body experience. And we've already filmed it. It was very, very cool to film and see. And I really want to get it done so I could share it with you guys. I'm really excited for that. Okay, anyway, enough of that. The Uncle Ben scene in Spider-Man 2 is my favorite scene too. Oh yeah, awesome. So I watched Pleasantville last night. Have you guys seen Pleasantville? It has Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon. Tobey Maguire's character in that movie. I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry. Tobey Maguire's character in that movie, which he filmed before Spider-Man 1, was David Parker. Isn't that weird? And then he plays Peter Parker. Obviously, there's no real correlation there, but I just thought that was kind of weird. And then I'm going to keep going. In Amazing Spider-Man, there's Richard Parker. And the guy that played Richard Parker, the guy that like talked to that guy, Richard Parker, was also in Life of Pi. And I believe the tiger's name was Richard Parker. It was something like that. Conspiracies, guys, I'm telling you. Holden, when do you plan on moving to LA? Probably never. I don't think that I would do well in LA, to be honest. I think my personality would not mesh well there. That's just I don't know. Maybe I would do well. But I feel like in LA, there's a lot of there's just like a lot of like personal competition and everybody like trying to one up each other. And I'm just not about that. I just want to make videos, and hopefully people watch them. So I don't know. Like I don't go out and go clubbing and like socialize even before the quarantine. So Mission Impossible franchise would be kind of cool. Tobey Maguire for Uncle Ben and MCU. That'd be really weird to see, honestly. That would be a really strange thing. A lot of people asking for Stranger Things with Matt. I would be down for that. Stranger Things is a great show. So I would definitely be down for that. Hi, Holden. Hi, Quan VR. The chat's just going. I'm sorry. Favorite scene in Joker. My favorite scene in Joker. That's a tough one. Probably this might be cliche, but probably like where he's dancing on the steps, just because it just looked like, from a cinematic standpoint, it just looked really beautiful, and it was like kind of that turning point for him where he actually is like turned into the Joker for the first time. So I thought that was pretty cool. Watch The Irishman, all 3 hours of it. Man, I watched it already, and it's pretty good. It's a long watch though. Sorry guys, see my squinting. I'm trying to catch up here. I know I'm missing chat, so I apologize if you have a question you really want me to answer and I miss it. It's not personal. I'm just going so fast. When is Avengers reaction being released? The latest will be Saturday morning. Hey Holden. Hey Aaron. Aaron Albany. What Super Saiyan transformation is your favorite? Probably the original, like Super Saiyan 1, just classic, you know. Super Saiyan 2 would probably be my favorite, like just powerful form. Probably just like the standard Super Saiyan is probably my favorite overall. I love them all, like don't get me wrong. You like jazz? I do like jazz. Nate Allen, Holden, you're the best. Nate, you're the best. Thank you so much for tuning in. The bathroom scene in Joker is very, very good too. Yeah, that's definitely up there as well. Now, Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, I still remember being a kid and the Toonami previews for Super Saiyan 3, like before the actual episodes were aired in the US. Man, I remember just like freaking out, thinking that was like the coolest thing. It was like that classic image of like right after he transformed and he's just like standing like kind of to the side, looking at Majin Buu, and you just see all the electricity around him. Oh, dude, so cool. What's your favorite movie? Spider-Man 2. Or if you want something not superhero related, probably a movie called The Count of Monte Cristo or Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if I would say Catch Me If You Can is like my favorite movie, but it's just really been in my mind. And I was just thinking about like the score, like the soundtrack and the movie itself. It's just a really good movie. In your opinion, what MCU movies will Matt like? I was expecting him to like Captain America, to be honest. But it seems like he's enjoying Tony Stark, like Iron Man, the most. Do you prefer the theatrical Spider-Man 2 or the uncut Spider-Man 2.1? I actually prefer 2.1. 2.1 has 13 minutes of like extended footage, some of which is like the action sequences. And there's some alternate cuts to scenes and some, totally new scenes, like that scene with MJ talking to her friend. And she's like, do you love John Jameson? She's like, yeah, I love him. He's like, that's not going to work for me. It needs to be that I can't breathe without him kind of love. So they cut that from the theatrical cut. But it's in Spider-Man 2.1. I thought it was an okay scene. I'm actually kind of worried with Matt somehow in some way not liking Captain America Winter Soldier because of all the action. That seems to not be his favorite stuff. That's exactly what I think. I think that he's not going to like Winter Soldier because it's just going to be too much going on. I mean, we could be surprised. Matt keeps surprising me. But my guess is that he's not going to like Winter Soldier. But I hope I'm wrong. The Flash. I have seen the first season of The Flash. Hello there. General Kenobi. When Spidey and Doc Ock fight inside of the random girl's apartment. Yeah. Yeah. In the theatrical cut, they just fall from like the tower. But in the 2.1 cut, he grabs the wall and they actually fly into this area. I don't think it was an apartment, but it was like an office space. And they have like a fight inside and then they fall back out of there. So in 2, it's just like one continuous fall. And then 2.1, they have like this little fight and they keep falling. Yes, it worked. Yes. Do I think he'll like Guardians of the Galaxy? I think that I'm hoping that he will because it's funny. Matt likes comedy stuff. So I'm thinking that he will because it's such a funny movie. But we'll see. I've stopped really trying to predict. What are your thoughts on Raimi possibly directing Spider-Man? Possibly directing Doctor Strange 2. We might see Toby as Spidey again. Tom Holland actually talked about that they were acknowledging that the fans were really wanting to see like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland in kind of like a live action Spideyverse. And I would be so down for that. I would be absolutely down for that. So Doctor Strange, honestly, would be the best and like most reasonable way to make that happen. And I would absolutely be up for that. Like a seasoned Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like where he's been Spider-Man for like years, like over a decade. Count me in, man. Count me freaking in. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, good Peter Parker. You know, good Spider-Man. Get him in there. I am down for that. Has Matt seen Deadpool? Yes, he has. I'm trying to catch some questions here. Do you want there to be a Dark Knight 4? Christian Bale says it would be just overwhelming. Your opinion? I think that the way they ended the Dark Knight stuff was great. I like the idea that it was like a beginning to end closed chapter type thing. They teased a little bit. They didn't really tease, but they were alluding to Robin, Nightwing taking over. But I'm happy with it being over. If they wanted to continue like with Robin, like with what's his name, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I would absolutely be down for that. But I think that they need to. I would retire that Batman. I think that it stopped while they were up there, and they did. Hold on, will you show us your MCU movie collection? Sure, I guess one day. It's a lot of my MCU stuff's over at Matt's house right now because I got all the movies there. Has Matt seen Batman in the 90s? Yeah, so most of the Batman movies Matt has seen were all like the ones from the 90s. So, yes. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments, trying to find one, find a good question. George. Hey, Holden, what would you say is your favorite film soundtrack? Keep up the good work. George, your brother messaged me on Instagram the other day and wanted me to do a video for you, to do like just a, hey, how's it going? Because you're one of my patrons. And I normally wouldn't, only because that's like an exclusive tier for a certain patron. But because your brother asked me to do that, I will absolutely do that for you. So we'll just keep that between us. It's not going to be a continuous thing for everyone else. But your brother really swayed me. So I will definitely do that for you. And thank you so much for your support on Patreon. It really means the world to me. To answer your question, what is my favorite film soundtrack? This may sound weird, but this was a soundtrack I listened to a lot when it first came out, was Daft Punk in Tron Legacy. I listened to that thing so much. I just thought that the soundtrack was amazing. Remember The Grid, a digital frontier. I used to picture information as it moved throughout the computer. What did it look like? Ships, motorcycles? Were the circuits like freeways? I kept dreaming of a world I thought I'd never see. And then, one day, I got in. Boom. Oh, so good. I'm just going to start acting out movie scenes, I think, from now on. On my live streams. Django Unchained. Absolutely. I would love to watch that with Matt. Such a good movie. He may have seen it already. I don't know. Tarantino marathon. I don't know if I would marathon Tarantino films, but I would definitely watch Kill Bill 1 and 2, stuff like that. I would watch Django. Matt has only watched 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, before we started filming these movie reactions and stuff, Matt watched 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z with me because I was trying to get him into it. And he's just I gave him the first season. I was just watch an episode or 2 a day. They're only 20 minutes long. And he still hasn't done it. Cobra Kai, I never watched it. Friend Gus was telling me I had to really watch it. Have you planned on watching mean movies like Birdemic or The Room with Matt? Yes, I really want to watch. I just was reminded on this stream earlier. I really want to watch The Room, and I want to watch The Disaster Artist with Matt. I read the book. I read the Disaster Artist book by Greg Sestero, and there was a period of time where I was just so into The Room and all of that. One of the first videos I ever did across 10,000 views was where I played through the Room video game. It was like an HTML based video game, like several years ago. I played through that and I showed like where all the secret hidden stuff was, and that got me. I got like over 20,000 views. And the cool thing about that is that I made that video, and then like 2 months later, PewDiePie did a video on the Room video game, and he didn't do like all the hidden stuff. And so literally like overnight, I had all these people that came from PewDiePie over to that video. The Star Wars sequel trilogy. And what is your favorite of the 3 trilogies? I actually, overall, I like the sequel trilogy. Like I'm not one of those people, like passionately. I had a lot of issues with it. I think obviously a lot of people did, especially with episode 8. I didn't hate episode 8. I didn't hate any of them. And I actually really liked The Last Jedi. So overall, I liked it. My favorite trilogy is obviously still the original trilogy. And one of my favorite movies of Star Wars is Revenge of the Sith. So I'm just all over the place. I just love it all. Opinion on Avengers Age of Ultron. I loved Age of Ultron. And I didn't find out till like later that a lot of people didn't like it or thought that it wasn't like as good. I loved it. I remember seeing it in theaters. It's still one of my favorite like Avengers movies. It's better than Avengers 1, in my opinion. It was just so fun. But apparently, I guess a lot of people don't or didn't like it, which is really sad. And I love Ultron as like a villain. I love like his voice and like the way he talks. And anyway, it upsets me how toxic and gatekeeping the Star Wars community is. Just watch your video on it. Yeah, I did a video kind of talking about that. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. Let's see here. Cole, how has Matt not seen the popular movies that you guys have made videos on, such as Harry Potter, Star Wars, Avengers, etc.? You're telling me, dude. Matt talked about it, I think, in the last video we did, because that gets asked a lot. And he was basically just like, he never made it a priority, is what he said. He said, I never cared about pop culture movies and stuff, and I just never watched it. So there's that. And there's some stuff that Matt has seen that I've been surprised that he's watched. So anything that actually has watched, we have not done a video on. So like Back to the Future is like one of the most requested videos for us to do, but Matt has seen them all and he knows them well. So we'll never be doing a video on that, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments here. Trying to see a good one to do. What's your opinion on the Hobbit trilogy, and why did you skip it when you watched Lord of the Rings? We wanted to do Lord of the Rings first because it's so good, and we got pretty burnt out doing Lord of the Rings because we watched the extended editions. So we would watch 4 hours worth of movie after like work days, and by the end of it, by the end of Return of the King, we were just burnt out on it a little bit. So we wanted to take a break, but excuse me, I would be down to go back and watch The Hobbit. I would like to go back and revisit that. Please watch Pirates of the Caribbean or Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is heavily requested. We probably will get to it eventually, but I'm really trying to get to the MCU right now. Indiana Jones, that's another one. X-Men, that's another one. We're going to be doing this for a while, I guess it looks like. Hi Holden, I'm James. Remember me? I love how you're doing so much work in quarantine. I just appreciate the work. Hope you stay safe. And Matt, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I do remember you, James. It's very nice of you to stop by, and I'm doing my best, man. I'm trying not to go too stir crazy, and being able to do YouTube videos is helpful with that. Clone Wars, I just don't know if we're ever gonna have time to do Clone Wars. It's like 7 seasons. It's just so much content to watch. But maybe one day. Drew, hi. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. The Big Lebowski, that's awesome. Beanstalk, number 2. Nobody knows. Like there's only like a select people that were in the last chat that knows what the Beanstalk is. We'll keep it. It's a special bond with us. Hashtag Beanstalk. Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh my God. I couldn't do that to Matt. Even I couldn't do that to Matt. Evolution was such a rough period of time in my life. I watched it in theaters in 2009. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, guys. Has Matt seen an MCU movie before you showed him? No, he had not. It'll be the comedy aspect. So I think he'll like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that he'll like Thor Ragnarok. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. When are you watching Avengers? We actually watched it yesterday. We shot that video yesterday. I'm going to try and have it up by this week. The latest will be this Saturday. I'm going to be I might try it at some of tonight. I'm busy all day tomorrow, so I'll be working. I'll be working on that after that. Chris Stuckman is awesome. Chris Stuckman had a really funny review of Dragon Ball Evolution that I think is absolutely hilarious. When I started watching you with the MCU series, noticed the intro is versus Jason Voorhees for Halloween. So if you go back on my videos, I think we posted it on the 31st, where Mike Myers fights Jason Voorhees. It was really fun. Played Michael Myers hit the back of his head on the dock. So there's a scene, if you go back and watch it, there's a scene where Jason Voorhees has Michael Myers on this pier, and he flips him over into the water. And we shot that, and my friend Jeremy, who was playing Michael Myers at that point, and I kept the cut. I kept this in the actual final cut of the short film. We didn't reshoot it. I was like, if you're going to get hurt, we might as well use that take. But if you watch it, he flips him over and he hits his head going into it, and hurt himself pretty bad. We had to wrap up shooting right after that, and then came back with Matt. So everything after that is with Matt. So anyway, I'm currently in a Spider-Man short film. We had to stop shooting it because of the quarantine. So yeah, I've been on for about 42 minutes. I don't know if I should wrap it up now. We've been chatting for a little while. Thoughts on the Friday the 13th game? I played it a little bit. I kind of got over it. It just got a little too repetitive. Holden, I have an interesting question to ask. Isn't Doc Ock a superhuman or a normal human? Also, how is Doc Ock taking all the punches from Spider-Man? That's a good question. A lot of people have asked that question because, like in the face, he doesn't just like blow up pretty much. And they would argue that Spider-Man was pulling his punches. Really, he just wasn't hitting him as hard as he could. Partly because Peter knew Doc Ock, like he respects him a lot. So it would make sense, I guess, in that way, that he's not just like trying to just beat the crap out of him. He's trying to just sort of neutralize him a little bit. I don't know if that's something that's just after the fact and they had to come up with an explanation for it. But that's why in movie, why that would be. Superman greatest enemy so far, General Zod or Doomsday? Probably Doomsday is more of a threat, but I enjoy General Zod more. You just made me laugh. Stupid comment. I know this is a hot take, but in your humble opinion, pee or poop? Oh my gosh. Matthew. Hey, Holden, remember me from Instagram. Hope you're doing well. I absolutely do, man. You just became a patron. I absolutely remember you. I messaged you back on Patreon. I don't know if you get notifications, but you became a patron at like 12 midnight or 1 a.m. when I was finishing up the Thor Captain America video, or maybe it was another video. It was like right before I compiled a video, and I got a notification saying you became a patron. So like right before I compiled it, I was like, oh, I got to put him in the end credit thing. So you made it just in time, dude. So thank you so much. I messaged you on Patreon, so message me back, and we can absolutely chat. I do remember you absolutely, and I appreciate you so much for joining my Patreon. Let's see here. Do you like rock music? I do. Holden, I finally watched the Batman, Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero, Batman behind the movie. Sub-Zero, Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero movie. Yeah, good movie. My favorite animated Batman movie is Under the Red Hood. Very, very good. Very dark, but very good. Stupid. How many chickens will it take to kill an elephant? I don't know. One, if you tries to eat it, and I don't know. Do you like Dragon Ball GT? There's a lot I don't like about GT, and there's a lot I do like about GT. I'll say that. There's a YouTuber named Totally Not Mark that does some really good video essays on Dragon Ball Z, Super, and Dragon Ball GT. And a lot of what he says I agree with. So I would check out his videos. He's a really good entertainer too. Have you seen Raising Dion on Netflix? I haven't, but I've heard it's very, very good. OMG, he responded. Holy cow. Hey, how's it going? Have you played Spider-Man PS4? Dude, yes. I played it through it 4 or 5 times now. I haven't played it recently, but do you and Shem will still talk? Yeah, he texted me today, actually. It was very, very cool. Very surreal moment in my life for that to be happening. He said, what did he say to me? Yeah, he texted me. He was checking in. He goes, "Hey, Holden, how you holding up?" So kind of a dad joke there. And we chatted for a little bit. Yeah, very, very cool. Who's your favorite Avenger? Captain America. Captain America. Shem will slide into your DMs. Yep. Thanks for answering my question. You're very welcome. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet versus Apocalypse with the Phoenix Force. I would say the Infinity Gauntlet, because the Infinity Gauntlet literally warps reality and like time, and it's just like the source of like universal power. It's up for debate, but that's where I would lean right now. All right, I might be wrapping it up. I've been on for 48 minutes. Any last minute question thing? I'll go for another. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'll go for another to that question. Are you excited for the Avengers game? That's a good question. Square Enix is doing that game. I am excited for it. I really don't have any hype for it right now. And I'm sorry my image is like changing colors. I don't know how to fix that. But I am excited for it. I'll definitely get it when it comes out, and I'm curious to see like how it'll be, like how it'll play and like the story and everything. So I'm excited about that. Have you ever watched Cloverfield? One of the first videos I ever did 10 years ago on a different channel that I'm not going to tell you what it is. I did a Cloverfield parody. And it is awful. It is terrible. And I'm 10 years younger in it. But yes, I have seen Cloverfield. Have you seen The Last Samurai? That is a fantastic movie. The Rocky movies I would love to watch with Matt. I think Matt told me he has not seen them, or he only saw one a long time ago or something. What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super? I like Dragon Ball Super. Kind of with GT, there's a lot I don't like. And there's also a lot that I like. I think Z has been the best of all 4, Dragon Ball Z, Super, and GT. I think Z is the best. It's just my opinion, though. What's the best way to watch Dragon Ball Z, including the movies, in your opinion? I would watch. This is divided, and people won't agree with this. I would start with the beginning of Dragon Ball Z and just watch the series before you watch any movies. That's just what I would think. When I watch Dragon Ball Z, I'm the type of person, I like the Bruce Falconer track. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when Dragon Ball Z aired in America for the first time on Toonami, there was a specific composer that did the music for it. And I prefer that music. So whenever I watch it, like on my Orange Bricks or like Blu-ray, I'll switch it over to the US broadcast version music. I just prefer that over the Japanese, like in the 80s, like the Japanese 80s music. Like when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan, it's like and I prefer like the boom 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 boom. I just think it's a little bit better. We all love Dragon Ball Z in this house. That's awesome. I'm planning on becoming a patron soon. I've been watching your channel for a long time now. You hearted one of my comments when I said I'm proud of you, and it made my day. Hey, well, your comments made my day. I get told I heart and like a lot of stuff. That may be true, but I read anything that I heart. I read, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Whether you become a patron or not, thank you so much. I have a question for you. Can you please answer? What's the question? I'll do my best if I see it later. Can you watch Shawshank Redemption with Matt? We will never watch Shawshank Redemption because Matt has seen it and he knows it very well. So you should watch The Matrix. I would be down to watch The Matrix. I don't remember if Matt has seen Matrix or not. Dude, I relate to you so much. You are great. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm glad that you relate to me. I would probably relate to you too. That's awesome. Thank you. What is your favorite Dragon Ball movie minus Battle of Gods? I actually really enjoyed the new Broly movie. I thought that it was very, very good. That's probably my favorite right now. Talking about like older, like the old stuff, I really like the original Broly. So both the old Broly and the new Broly I really like. Oh, you just asked me, do you prefer new or old Broly? I really enjoyed the new Broly. But the old Broly has a special place in my heart too. I like your Black Panther cardboard cutout. Thank you. Yeah, he's over there. He's been here probably too long. He's been in my videos for like over a year now. I need to get a new one. I have a question. And did you play Spider-Man PS4? Yes, I played it through it 4 times. I'm also a filmmaker. If you want, you can check out my channel. I sure will. Send me a message on Instagram to remind me. I'm kind of bad about that. I'm sorry. Your videos help my wife and I get through quarantine. Wow. Well, we watch with my kids. Keep the content coming. Love your stuff. My wife thinks I'm a huge movie dork, and she thinks we are the same person. That's awesome. Tell your wife, tell your kids. Holden Hardman said hi. I can't even talk. I was doing so well. It was like, hi. Tell your wife, tell your kids. Holden says hi. Thank you so much. That's awesome to hear, man. Okay. Next. Second, that horror question. What horror question? I love Resurrection F. That was good. Who do you like more, Vegeta or Goku? I relate more to Goku than I do Vegeta, for sure. But Vegeta has definitely had more of a character arc in Z than Goku by far. Are you going to watch any horror movies with Matt? Maybe around like Halloween time. We could do like a horror series where we watch like all the Halloweens or like all the Friday the 13th or something like that. When is Avengers video coming out? Saturday at the latest. Harry Landano. Harry, how's it going? Thank you so much for the super chat. You should watch Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is on our list to watch. We're really trying to get through the MCU before we start going into like other full series, just because there's like 5 or 6 Indiana Jones movies now. So it will take some time. So it is on the list to watch. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Can you watch Inception with Matt? Matt has already seen Inception, so unfortunately not. What do you think of Goku Black as a character? I think the Goku Black arc in Dragon Ball Super was the best. Was the best arc in Super, save for maybe like the third, like the finale of the Tournament of Power. But I think as a whole, I think the Goku Black stuff was the best. Do you like Endgame? Absolutely, man. I loved Endgame. I watched it a couple times in theaters. Let's see here. Has Matt seen any of the Alien movies? I don't believe so. That would be another one I would love to do. Let's see. I'm past my time. I said I was going to hang up about an hour or so ago, or hour, so like 10 or 15 minutes ago. Clapperoonie. Rocky all the way, man. So Matt said he may have seen the first Rocky a long time ago. I would be so down to watch the Rocky movies. Absolutely. I would be so down to watch those. Thank you so much for that super chat. That was very sweet of you. I really appreciate that. Black Widow or Hawkeye? For me, I don't know if people are going to like this, but Black Widow. I love Black Widow. She's great. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Thank you to everybody who's been in the chat and stayed with me either through this whole time or just now jumping in. I will wrap it up once the video actually posts to YouTube. Sometimes it takes a little bit once I click end stream. Ask any last minute questions on there. I'll try and hop in and answer them if I can. So do that. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Hopefully I can do one not in the too distant future. Thank you all. Last minute questions, let me know. Follow me on Instagram if you guys want. My handle is at Holden T Hardman. I think it's in the description of this one as well. Twitter, I'm just now getting started on Twitter, so I don't have a very large following on there at all. Patreon, if you guys want to help support me, that would be great. You get your name at the end of every single video, and depending on your tier, you get some extra perks as well. The link is in the description for that as well. That's it, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, next stream. Take care, everyone.